All right, thanks for clicking to learn a little bit more about my showcase presentation. I'm Jeff Jumper, the state meteorologist for the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency. What I'm going to do here is walk you through a little bit of the Keystone Mesonet here, just to show you some of the features of it, and then we'll talk a bit about the alerting tool. So I'm going to slide my image over here, and we'll take a look at this alerting tool. This is kind of what it looks like. I'll hit refresh. This is what it looks like when you jump on it for the first time. All the data sets are going to populate on the screen here. If you look over here on the left, you can zoom in and out, but above that, we'll list all the data layers that are available. And you can see anywhere from PennDOT to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the FAA sites, DEP, RAWS, and Penn State's PEMN network. We have some secondary station layers on the left as well. Those aren't online yet. And then on the bottom, you can kind of turn things off as far as map layers, counties, roads, etc. We have radar available, aerial imagery, and also a temperature layer that you can underlay along with watches and warnings. All right, if we close this out, up top here next to the Keystone Mesonet wording, if you click on the word air temperature, this gives you all the variables that are available that you can want to plot on the map. So you can do temperature, humidity, dew point, roadway temperature. If the data set does not have it, all right? So for example, roadway temperature is only going to be on the RWIS sites for PennDOT and the Turnpike. If you click over here again, it will show up with a red triangle with an exclamation point next to it. So again, these sites do not, or these networks do not have the sites available. So PennDOT and the Turnpike are the only ones that do. As you click through, just the ones that have it. So for example, fuel moisture will only be available on the RAWS sites, which is for fire weather. So we'll go back to air temperature. One thing I want to point out is you click on these, the metadata will come up. It'll tell you what network it is, and it'll give you the latest observation, timing, as well as information that's available. On the top right here, if you click on these little hamburger buns, if you don't want to use our Mesonet website and you just want the data, you can kind of click through here and select the information you want, the network that you want, and it will push out basically a CSV file or JSON Google Earth file. You can download that data feed and put it into your system that you want to use. So it gives you additional options there. Question mark here is going to open up a little guide here as to what we just talked about today, basically a little help guide. We'll click open, and it's just a PDF file that walks you through the networks, the systems. We try to update this from time to time as we move through. All right, let's look at the presentation here. Again, we talked a little bit about the sites that are available out there. Here's just a listing of those sites, mostly state agencies, but we also have the FAA. We have a Delaware DIAS network that it has 10 sites in one of our counties. So we're working on testing that, and then the CWAP and MADIS. So the backyard weather stations will be available on this as kind of a secondary layer due to the lack of quality control. But we will have a couple of preferred ones that are going to be available that we know that people are updating and upgrading. Examples are some county emergency management offices have put their own systems out, and they're working on getting that on MADIS. All right, so we talked alerting. Again, as you noticed on the showcase poster, there is an alerting system. We've tested it. Here are some of the alerts that we have available through our vendor. Again, we look at wind speed. We're talking tropical storm force, gale, and severe thunderstorm force winds. Rainfall accumulation in a rolling hour. Also rainfall rates. We know that's important, especially in some of our more flood-prone areas. That's urban, and also some of our mountainous areas. The rainfall rates can cause flooding issues even with not a lot of rain. Air temperature, visibility, roadway temperature. Again, only available for the networks that have that data available. And we have fire weather hazards. So we have a kind of if-then statement. If fuel moisture, relative humidity, and wind speed meet our red flag warning criteria, they'll send out an email. And again, those are only on the RAWS sites. Here's what the emails look like. As soon as you get in your mailbox, you'll note the alert that's triggered. It's coming from our vendor, which is Campbell Cloud. And then the trigger in here in the body of the text, greater than 39 miles per hour. That was our trigger. The network, the station, the trigger date and time, and the wind speed. So this is a 47 mile per hour wind speed. Triggered at 11:59 at night. I got into my mailbox 3 minutes later, 12:02 in the morning. It also gives you additional data on information as to where the site is, and also you can go into the Campbell Cloud and see trends leading up to that. So here's a good example of it in action. So May 16th, 2022, we had a severe thunderstorm warning over our Clearfield and Center counties. That's near Penn State or State College. Wind speed greater than 58 was recorded in a severe thunderstorm warning. The site right here in Clearfield County, 64 miles per hour, 10:35 a.m. I got the email at 10:38 in the morning. So within 3 minutes, we confirm a severe thunderstorm wind gust because it passed over one of our sites. So again, in real time, that helps emergency managers understand that there may be power outages, et cetera, and the cause of it is that severe thunderstorm warning. We lucked out too, use case scenario during our testing phase. We had a tornado come through during Hurricane Ida on September 1st in 2021. This move through, you can kind of see where the circle is, where correlation coefficient low, as well as the couplet here. It's near Ambler, right along the turnpike here in southeastern Pennsylvania. This little box here represents where the site is, and that's where the tornado passed by to the northwest side of that. And check this out, 5:40 p.m., the radar snapshot. Here's a snapshot of the camera at that site at 5:35, and here's a snapshot at 5:40. Camera feed was lost just a little bit after that. If you look here, we got the alert coming in, 5:40, a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust roughly, and then later on at 5:45, 71-mile-per-hour wind gust. So just showing that there's value to this. Yes, the radar is confirming a tornado. We're also confirming tornado wind speeds on this system as it moves through. So again, a lot of uses for this, heavy rain being the most for us due to flash flooding concerns in the Commonwealth, but all different types of alerts, and we're hoping to expand it and grow the system. If you have any questions, happy to answer it for you. Just send me an email at jejumper@pa.gov, and thanks for stopping by here at my showcase presentation. Enjoy the rest of the conference.